Jonathan Kennons here, and this part of the Gold Rush plan for Cataclysm Gold is really important for particularly the Gold Rush plan, also important for everyone planning to get in early when servers come up with Cataclysm running on December 7th. Very important to preload the Cataclysm software, the application itself, because if you wait until the day of launch, you're going to run into a lot of grief. So here's why you need to preload Cataclysm. It's absolutely crucial that you are up and running as quick as possible on launch day if you're doing the Gold Rush plan, because you absolutely have to get the jump on everyone else if you can, so that you can level your professions without competition as much as possible. No matter how quick you are, I'm going to guarantee you're going to run into a fair amount of other folks on the server already, but at least you can level the playing field by making sure you have the jump you can get by loading ahead of time. And of course, if you wait until December 7th to load the Cataclysm software, it's going to take hours, several hours at least, due to excessive load. It always happens, very predictable. No matter how much people are expecting it, it's still going to happen. So make sure you're not caught. And finally, it's really easy to do, and it'll save you a lot of drama and trauma later on. All right, so here's how you do it, and it's actually pretty simple. I'll give you a few hints that'll make it go a little smoother, and I'll show you exactly how to do it with a demonstration on screen here. So first of all, make sure you've shut down WoW, the application itself, as well as the launcher and the background downloader. And a quick tip on this, if you're not sure how to get everything shut down, it could be a bit tricky on some PC installations, some Windows installations, not so big a deal on a Mac, I think. Just restart your computer. Restart your computer and then do this the first thing when you come back up again. And then you can be certain that none of the stuff is running that could get in the way of successfully doing this quick process. Next, you want to edit two files that are in your World of Warcraft installation folder, and specifically they're inside the subfolder called WTF. And now this is something familiar to you if you've messed around with the saved files for your add-ons and that kind of thing, because WTF is the folder where your account data all sits, and that means all the data for your tunes. What we're looking for is just simpler than that. It's right at the top level inside WTF. You're going to find these two files. And very important, use a plain text editor to do this, because otherwise you could bork those files if you use something like Word or any editor that really does formatting, does tables, does images. Don't use anything like that. Use Notepad, it's on every PC, or TextEdit, it's on every Mac, and you'll be safe. So here's the files to edit. Two files, as I said, they're right at the root level in your WTF folder. One is called launcher.wtf, and the edit you make here is you change the line that reads set account type. You'll see it says LK right now, which stands for Lich King, obviously. Change that to CT in caps, like you see it on screen here, which I guess stands for Cataclysm, doesn't it? And then you do the same thing in another file, also at the root level. You'll see it there when you open up your WTF folder, called config.wtf. And here again, you're going to find a line that says set account type. Change it just the same from LK to CT in capital letters. And make sure you save those files, obviously. I'll demonstrate this for you and give you a couple of hints on how to use these applications to do your editing. But once you're done, you've saved your files, then all you have to do is run the launcher app, or just start playing WoW and the launcher will run. And then as long as you've got background downloading set up in your options for the launcher, your download will begin. It might take a couple of days to complete because you're going to be downloading, as of right now, at least 800 megabytes. But having made those edits, you can be sure that over the next couple of weeks, anytime Blizzard updates the code that's being prepared for Cataclysm launch day, you'll be getting it downloaded and prepared. It'll be all ready to go when December 7th rolls around. Let me demonstrate how this looks on a Mac. That's what I play on, so I'm going to show you on a Mac, and very similar on the PC. First of all, on a Mac, your installation folder is inside the folder called Applications This is assuming you've just done a default installation, which I would guess 99.9% of all players have done. And then it's alphabetically sorted. Just go to World of Warcraft, and then scroll down again to the very bottom, and you'll see the WTF folder. And in order to edit this, as I said, with TextEdit, a plain text editor, if you already have one that you use all the time, you don't need my help with this. But if you've never done this sort of thing before, let me show you how to do it foolproof. So instead of going off and looking for TextEdit, just click on your file. You see the two files there that are the ones we need to edit. Config WTF, launcher WTF. Don't change their names, don't edit them in any other way except editing the contents. So to get TextEdit going, right-click on the file, choose Open With, and you'll see no real selections. Choose Other. Window pops up, shows your Applications folder, all alphabetically sorted. Scroll down towards the bottom, alphabetically at T. You find TextEdit, click on it, click Open, and file opens just like that. Now, it's got a fair bit of stuff in here. Make sure you don't tamper with anything else unless you really know what you're doing. You'll find the line we need. Remember, it's called account type. One easy way to do that is just do Command F and search. And that's what I'm doing. And that pulls up the correct line. Or you can just scroll around until you find it. So as I said, you find set account type, quotes, LK. That's how it's set right now. You're going to change that to CT, just like that. And then when you attempt to close the file, it's going to say, do you want to save the changes you made? Click Save. So that's very important too, of course. You're going to click Save. Then you do the same thing for launcher.wtf. Make sure you do them both together. If you do one and not the other, you'll probably have trouble. Open With, Other, scroll down, TextEdit. In this case, it's a smaller file. These will look different on your computer possibly, but here's the line. It's the first one in this particular file. It didn't look the same on my PC when I checked it a minute ago. Change it to CT, just like that. Close the file, save. And you're done. So the similar process on the PC, you'll find the World of Warcraft folder by default inside the Program Files folder. So you're going to open up your main hard drive icon, scroll down to Program Files, open it, and scroll down to World of Warcraft. And then just as I did on the Mac here, you scroll down to the bottom of that folder. It's going to be called Program Files instead of Applications, then World of Warcraft, just like on the Mac, and then click on WTF. You'll see exactly the same thing, config.wtf, launcher.wtf, and you'll do roughly the same thing. You can right-click on each of those files. This is to get your notepad editing up if you don't already know how to do that. Right-click, you'll get a pop-up window that includes an item that says Open With, and then you choose that, scroll down the list that presents itself, and choose Notepad, and do exactly what I just showed you on the Mac. Same thing on the PC. Make sure you save your file, and you're all good to go. So make sure you do this right away. You can do it now. It's all working. Blizzard says it's just fine to do it. It doesn't contravene any terms of service. You're not breaking anything by doing this. So just go ahead, do it, and be prepared on December 7th so that you'll get the jump on everyone else, and you'll be able to level your professions or your tunes, if that's what you want to do, as fast as possible.